Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Dark Difficulty Chapter 1. This is the quest Malena. So if you go to the village of Lobmenden, that is the village just outside of Flotsam. And yeah, you go past
What's going on?
oh god, what's Bartholomew Barge's house. You'll find these city guards not so politely questioning this elf woman about the disappearance of two of the other city guards who have apparently been seen with her recently before they went missing.
Last seen with her.
I only spoke to them. Then they went off towards the caves. That's all I know.
The bitch is lying. She led them into an ambush.
So
this ought to be easy enough to resolve.
they kind of get you to figure out what's been going on.
But they're crawling with all sorts of
Not that difficult of a quest, but this you might not have realized this was a quest if you ran by and it didn't trigger the conversation. Hold on while I move these headphones away. There. Alright, much better. Either way, so now that you have the Malena quest, you are going to go to the cave and figure out who or what actually killed the soldiers, or city guardsmen. They're not actually soldiers. They kind of are. If you have noticed, I have a different silver sword and a different set of armor for pretty much everything except for gloves. I found out after I raided Laredo's storeroom of stolen goods. Kind of stolen. He called them, I think it was tolls or taxes or spoils or something. When you raid the room that has the piece for the Karen chap, the iron carapace, I found a diagram for a silver sword, and I believe a set of armor, and possibly some trousers, and or boots. Or I found those things from other places, and I just didn't remember. Either way, the mage trousers and the blue stripes jacket that you get from free DLC, they're not actually that good. I thought the blue stripes jacket was actually better than what it actually was. Either that or they changed it in one of the patches and I don't remember. Right outside the cave is a place of power. If you don't know what a place of power is, it's just kind of a point in the world that if you press the Z key or whatever the 360 controller equivalent is to kind of send that pulse out of your medallion, if you're close enough to the place of power, it'll either appear on your map as a kind of a red mist that kind of floats in one spot, or it'll just kind of activate if you're standing in it. But what it does is it gives you a beneficial status effect for 5 or so minutes. There might be an upgrade on the magic tree to make them last longer on Geralt. I believe this one involves increased damage. Thing is about the place of power, they don't really tell you, at least they don't outright tell you what the effect is. Like, there's no way for me to just, well, there might be, I really don't know. So when you enter this cave, there are going to be a lot of neckers. Those are they're small creatures that have very sharp fangs and claws and tend to attack in groups. Do you remember the flashback from 4 months ago when the Kingslayer and Yorveth met? A necker is the creature that Yorveth throws to the giant invisible spider monster, or the spider monster that has camouflage. So I've actually been getting a little careless in battle here. As you can see, I'm nearly dead, and on dark mode, a couple more hits would have killed me actually. But it's not that bad. At the beginning of the game, you take like between double and quadruple damage from backstabs. I think it might be double. but there is an ability in the swordsman tree that will reduce that damage back to normal. Or the first level of that is it goes from 200% to 150, and then the one after that is from 150 to 100%, being normal damage. So I'd recommend getting that ability if you're not the best at dodging. As well, sometimes neckers will just kind of burrow through the ground and kind of come up near you, and I said that very weird. Now, well. But neckers like to they like to inhabit caves and the surrounding forest of Lobenden, or the forests outside of Lobenden. They come in two varieties. One is the standard, kind of the standard drone type enemy, which is the small one, which is the shorter one with all gray skin, and then there's the warrior, the stronger of the two, and they're the ones with the red on their scalp, I guess.
Even more blood.
Basically, I think that's one kind of off in the distance there. Yep. Might be a little hard to see with this monitor, but... Or, not this monitor, maybe because it's just a dark area. If you see... You might see some... What just popped up there was monster knowledge. If you don't know what that is, to do certain contract quests, which involve killing or whittling down the population of monsters in an area, you need to gain knowledge on monsters first. This can be acquired by two ways.
Pretty clear.
Just killing them, which is the easiest. Oh, actually no, it's the second easiest. There's only two methods though. The other one is buying a book about them or finding that book in the world. That one's definitely the easiest, but it costs more money. And if you gain knowledge on them, you will learn how to get rid of their nests, or essentially fulfill the contract requirements. I'll explain this more in depth during the Necker and Endrega contract videos. But doing this quest gave me all maxed out my knowledge on Neckers, so now I could have gone and done the Necker contract quest immediately, but I didn't. I tried to grab the place of power again, but it wouldn't let me. Just random herbs. I think they take a little while to respawn after you actually activate them.
Find anything in there?
So now you kind of know what actually killed the soldiers if you were paying attention to the game and not me rambling.
Dead, riddled with arrows.
I know nothing about that.
What do you think, Witcher?
Seems like two soldiers wandered into the cave, maybe to drive away monsters.
But you know what? The soldiers were killed by arrows.
I don't know how many monsters
Not
they managed to kill.
Neckers that lived in the cave.
Scoia'tael.
Bollocks.
So
Last I recall,
she's kind of the main suspect still, Malena there.
Hey lads, let's find a tree.
No! I'll tell you everything. Just don't kill me.
But the soldiers decide to kill her right here, or
speak.
You need
but
to
you have
see
the
this.
option of
You won't
having her
understand
explain
otherwise.
herself,
See
or
plowing what?
just
That
handing
bitch
her
is
over to the
lying.
guards.
We'll see.
So, she says if you go with her, she'll explain everything. She's kind of lying, but I'm just gonna play along anyways. But if you're really that curious, she is a Scoia'tael spy. She doesn't hide it very well. But either way, when she gets to the point where she'll stop, 4 or 5 Scoia'tael warriors will actually come and attack you. 2 or 3 from where you just came, and 2 or 3 from where you were heading to. I decided to concentrate on the guys behind me, especially because they start off trying to attack you. They're just kind of right there, so... And there's enough guards there that they can get rid of the rest, but I just kind of jump in and fight just because, pretty much. I think I almost died in this fight just because I got extremely careless and decided not to be very defensive.
Squirrels.
And just for a little bit of extra fun, I decided to kill the last guy by burning him.
You shouldn't have left Dimitri. Stupid whore.
Because, I don't know, why not? You have the power to shoot a fireball from your hands. So yeah, that's the quest Malena, and I'll see you in another video.